completely different track. It's also a wet day. There's also going to be other people on the course. And this is racing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you did a
Which is faster?
Joe is a creator and athlete with no racing experience, and Alec is a professional racing driver and coach. In 1 year, Alec is going to guide Joe on a journey from no experience to his professional racing license, taking Joe on a journey from rookie to pro.
Just excited about life. Excited that we get to wake up and go do these things. I had a realization the other day that moving with any sort of frustration in a sport like this is a privilege, because most people don't even have the opportunity to ever approach a race car. Most people have very few opportunities to even go-kart in their life. So to have the opportunity to drive aggressively and to drive competitively is so exciting. And to get all woo-woo on you, it's hitting a part of my soul that's just really enlivening other areas of my life, really awakening the fire within me to create, which I believe is the fire element. Remember to take 3 deep breaths before every session or in between. And remember, it is a blessing and a gift to be here and to be able to drive.
So back out at HKC again today with Joe. We've got the carts, same tires, same everything set up that we've been running. The track's a little bit different today though. It's a little slick, as Joe, you can feel on the ground with your feet. So we're not changing anything. Normally, if you're in a race setting, you'd wanna set the cart up a bit different. The goal is just to get more driving experience for Joe. So today, the goal is just stay on track as much as you can. Get a feeling for what the cart's like on the limit of grip, because the grip level is much lower today, and just go out and enjoy driving.
Cool. How many laps do you think today?
I think we're shooting probably for like 40 to 50 laps.
Okay.
Yeah. And really, we're not necessarily focused on lap time today.
Consistency.
It's more about consistency.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what I did on the sim the other day.
Exactly.
Not even paying attention to my
Nope,
lap.
the battery's not even in it.
So I can't even know my
Nope,
lap time.
exactly.
How different is this going to be than the last time?
So what you're gonna have to do is find where the grip is. As the track dries off more and more, it'll be okay. But generally, like the normal line you would have been driving on is gonna be a little bit more slick. So what happens when you're on pavement and you've been running around a lot, it gets like smoothed out from the tires like sandpaper. And so that piece of the track is going to be more slick when it's wet than the other places on the track. As you burn the moisture off the track, it'll gain grip back, but it'll take time. Similar kind of feeling that you're going to have to build heat in the tire for it to do that.
So I'll build the heat on the track too.
Yeah. So one of the things we will change today is we'll run a little bit higher tire pressure. When it's wet or cold conditions, it helps build heat quicker in the tire. So that's the only thing we're going to do. On a rain tire it helps spread out the little like tread in the tire essentially. In a slick tire, it's really just about building temperature more quickly.
Cool.
Just so you know,
Yes.
we're doing the reverse home track.
So you're going backwards on it?
Backwards through
Okay.
here. But we're practicing for the endurance race. So 10 laps throughout the race, we have to do the full reverse track. So the Joker lap will start like right there.
Yeah.
Come through here. You can pass through the middle section, but
Yeah.
not obviously when you're going through the entrance.
Okay. Yeah, so it's going to be completely different. So what's happening is they're doing reverse course. So you're going to go backwards around the track like you were going. For the HKC, we've got a Joker lap for the Enduro. So basically, you've got to do the full lap of the track at every 10 laps. That's what the rental carts are going to be doing. So you just got to be aware of what's going on around you, that there may be carts peeling off to the inside. That's why there's a lane on the inside. So it's kind of like a rallycross race. If you've ever, you know what I'm talking about?
Okay, so completely different track because we're doing it in reverse. Every 10 laps, there's also going to be other people on the course that are going significantly slower than me.
You hope.
We've never had other people on the track with us at the same time. It's also a wet day, and this is racing. How cool.
But we could change it up at some point too if you wanted to run a few laps in the long course reverse. So. I just want to get the face here.
This is great. No, this is great. This is great news. You want to say what you just said?
Interaction's a mindset.
What was the second thing?
Hunger is something.
Get over it.
Hunger's a mentality.
So what's going to be real funny is they're chasing him down now, and a lot of these guys are really good drivers, and he's in a much quicker cart. So let's see how he does. And they've done this track before, so that there is something to that. He's only done it in the reverse direction and the full track. I know. So today the goal is just stay on track as much as you can, stay on track as much as you can,
Stay on track as much as you can. Stay on track. Stay on track. You think it's okay to get past, huh?
how'd it go?
Different.
Different?
Much different.
Yeah, what was different?
Cones on a corner. Hit a cone.
Oh yeah?
Got stuck up on a cone. Wet. The fastest straightaway is completely different. A much different speed because I'm not yet sure what speed I can carry through that kind of corner after going that fast. Yeah, I mean, it's actually pretty cool because otherwise you get too comfortable. How do I apply the mechanics of what I've learned so far
Sure.
to a day like today where everything's completely different?
Yeah, so basically you're having to adapt to new stuff and trust the skill that you've developed already. Yeah, and so there are things that we were seeing on the track where you were like not quite in the right spot in places, and part of that's going to be from grip level being a bit lower, and the other part of that's just like not knowing how to kind of link everything together.
Yeah.
So let's look at these guys coming into the corner here. So as they're coming in, you see they're getting it rotated, and then with the momentum they're carrying through to the center, they're not letting the rear step out. So they're getting the cart stopped so that they can rotate it just enough and then still make it through the left-hand corner. Does that make sense?
No.
No. Okay.
Essentially what I was doing is I was sliding out
Yep.
and I was cutting in early, and so I had to make a really sharp turn right there.
Yep.
Less of a turn so that I can go straight through there
Exactly.
and then end up on the wall over there versus ending up on the wall.
Yep.
Like,
So if we're looking at here, they're going to let the carts only out to the middle of the track. And so that allows you then to drive basically a straight line. I want you to look at his exit in between the two turns here. So look how far he comes out across the track.
pretty far inside.
Yep. And then
Way out.
exactly, yeah. So he's far to the inside of the first turn, essentially, really late apex to set up for a wider entry to the second corner.
Yeah, it's like a reverse of what
Exactly.
this was last time.
I mean, the problem is then you're not able to get down to the apex in the second one. You're just running a wide line around it. Yeah, exactly. Make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. That was a bit better. Lap time wise, I think it was about a second quicker, which with it being a shorter lap time, that's a bigger improvement, you know. What I noticed was you're not letting the cart out all the way here. Yeah, we can see this guy coming through here. So you kind of let the cart out to mid-track and then you drive it to the outside of the track. From the straightaway here, you're getting like 3/4 of the way out and then driving the rest of the way to the edge of the track versus letting the speed carry you out. So there's definitely more speed that's available there. I know it's like a scarier part of the track because it's like you're unsure how far you can go, but like watch this cart coming through here. See, he's letting the speed carry him all the way out there rather than exiting and then driving to the edge of the track. But here it's full throttle, and then into the brake. This is looking so much better though. So good job over there. One of Joe's typical like things is he starts to overdrive the cart. By that he's like really aggressive with the inputs, and so you'll see him like coming into here, basically, sliding like that was better. That was better. So he was like locking the wheels up and getting the cart really sideways. See how like smooth that looks in comparison to like really aggressive and jerky. Like you don't want to just ride the go-kart around the track. You want to like, you know, be forcing it to do what you want it to do, but there's like a fine line in between that. I just picked up the checkered flag to wave it to you because I saw you getting tired.
Dude, I was getting tired. I was like, I'm retiring myself.
It's good to know your limits. Yeah, how was that after doing all the stuff that we did this morning?
Amazing.
Amazing? How so?
Just like the track's dry.
Yeah.
And doing it back this way, I was like much more appreciative of the route that I know.
Sure.
And the brake lines that I know.
Yeah.
And so it felt good to get back into those things that I was already working on.
Okay.
And for that muscle memory to kind of kick back in. I was more aggressive, I think, even still this time than I was last time. Sure. Which led to a little bit of sloppiness.
Yeah. So what I noticed at the beginning is you were being like, you were over driving the cart, which you're like, you know, like jerking it and locking the brake and sliding the cart. Yeah. In the middle, it was nice and smooth, and then at the end, you started to get back into that. Yeah. And so I think part of it is you wear yourself out a little bit when you start over driving and doing stuff like that. And then in the middle, when you get into that rhythm and stuff, it's nice and smooth. And so there's a little bit of that, like the more you can relax and get into that flow, like what we talked about with the sim, the smoother it is through the whole run. I think it was nice to challenge yourself with something different and like different conditions and then come back to something that you know? Do you feel like it pushed your understanding of just like the driving?
For sure.
Okay.
I mean, like, I've only ever driven a kart, this kart, on this track in the normal layout. Today, I was told to turn around, change the tractor conditions, and then put 6 other people on it at the same time.
Yep. Well, I think that's one of the cool things about this experience today is that it teaches you that like you don't always learn the best by doing the same thing over and over again. By challenging yourself and going to a new layout or a new circuit or a new track or a different condition, it actually pushes your understanding of how you drive, which is something that I love about racing, is that the courses are never the same. So that being said, it pushes you, it makes you learn more. You want to know what lap time you did just now.
I don't think that I did a faster lap than I did
Okay.
on track day 2.
And why do you think that?
I spent most of my time today like figuring out conditions. Really, it's more of a me thing.
Yeah.
I don't think I had enough time to warm up on that.
Okay.
Generally, it takes me about 10 to 15 laps to like kind of get in the flow of the track. Yeah.
Yeah. So you did a 51.2,
Which is faster?
like 2 seconds.
All that to say. Wow.
So you went quicker this time than the last time.
Cool. That's so freaking cool.
Yeah.
I love learning. It's so wild.
Nice.
There we go.
Kind of sum it all up, today we had a little bit of a wet track in the early morning. We had reverse course on the short course here at HKC. Joe was able to test his understanding of the concepts of driving, how the kart should feel when you get a good turn, what a turn should be. And then we went back to the original track that we've been testing with. He went about 1.5 to 2 seconds quicker than he had done before because he was able to kind of just zone back into driving and not really have to worry about the concepts quite as much.
Fun time. I love this. I'm so tired.
To learn today was coexisting on track with other people. You know, there were some karts that were quicker at times, some karts that were slower, and so learning how to be passed and pass other people is a very important part when you're going to think about wanting to go race at some point. So that was a nice introduction. You know, a lot of good stuff. Anytime you're out the track, you just make the most of what you have in the day, and that's what we did today.
Great. Makes sense. Don't get hit.
Don't get hit, don't suck.
And don't hit. And don't suck. Nice. All right. This is good. He's further outside. A little bit early. A little bit too. Oh, he's in the middle. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Come on. Let's go. Pin it. Pin it. Pin it. Break. Go, 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 go. They grow up so quick.
Episode 5, Joe turns into a coach already.
Dude, that thing's fast.
Yeah? You like it?
All right. I did everything wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, it felt bad out there.
No, I think you did a good job.
And while you're doing that, what was your takeaway in 15 seconds or less?
It's hard. I'm tired.